Hello, this is Gene, otherwise known as ManuFanatic at redcafe.net. I don't think anybody watches these videos from there, but just in case if anybody figures it out, that's who I am. This is going to be the preview for our game against West Brom on Saturday. I was looking through their team and trying to find out, other than having Fletcher on that team, I don't really know what to expect from them. Other than the fact they're playing fairly well under Tony Pulis, as he normally does. He has the ability to take a team that's about to get relegated. He comes in and he keeps the team up, and sometimes they have shots and they do things. So they're not going to be easy. We're at home, and after what happened yesterday with Liverpool losing to Hull, I guess we have another gift, I guess, from them. Really, if we win the game on Saturday, we pretty much have the top four settled. It won't be mathematical, but maybe by the end of Saturday it will be, if Liverpool doesn't win, and if Tottenham or Southampton doesn't get any points that day. We might have enough right now. So let's talk a little bit about the game against Everton. I thought we started, well, pretty much what we usually do. We had the balance of the play, the possession. Wasn't really doing anything, and they kind of got us on the break. And I guess Van Gaal really got on Blend and Valencia for their defensive mistakes in that game. I don't really blame Valencia for the offside that was not called. I mean, clearly that was offside. I don't understand. You know, the ball was 2 feet away from Kukatu, or whatever his name is. Kukatu. You know, can't say his name. So, but we move on. We still have a chance to finish in the second place if Arsenal can not win the game that they have in hand, and they'll have a 2-point cushion on us, and if we beat them, we'll be ahead of them. Also, we're only a point or two behind the City on the same amount of games, so we still have a chance, but the biggest thing we want to do is get in the top 4. If not, top 3 would be the best, so we'd have to do the playing game. So, like I said, isn't too much that I have to worry about with West Brom, but I said that against Everton. I didn't even do anything. I just basically said we were going to win that game, and didn't have a jersey on, and I was just acting like we had everything set up, and then we got beat 3-0, and I'm kind of like superstitious when it comes to that, so I have my team on here. So I'm not going to say that that it has anything to do with me, but it's kind of weird how that happens. I didn't really give them. Even though Everton was playing well coming to there, I just thought that we were going to go in there after and get a couple of goals and do what we had to do. The biggest concern is whether Rooney can play. What happened with Liverpool yesterday, if I was Van Gaal, I wouldn't play him. He needs to sit down anyway. He hasn't been playing that great for him. I know he's the captain, but we have a vice captain. I believe that's RVP. So, let's talk about what my team's going to be. Now, for those who actually watch these videos, you know I've been on De Gea's play case a little bit. I don't want to say that he's thinking about Madrid all the time, but he needs to still improve. He is not the finished article. And there are other players. Now, he's on the PFA Team of the Year. Good for him. But I don't think he's the best goalkeeper in the world. And whether he's the best in the Premiership, I'm not really sure that he is. He's still young. Certainly he could be one of the greatest of all time. But he has problems, and it comes from the fact that he likes to use his feet way too often. And that first goal against Everton was him, and he put his weight, he just got so white that anybody could get the ball underneath him. Just because he's always worried about getting his feet out there instead of getting out there like, I'll compare. Another great keeper that we had that we got rid of and went to Everton was Howard. And Howard comes out like a freaking crazy cat out there, and he makes sure that he gets in there and he uses his hands. you actually get the ball quicker if he does it that way. And I think that as much as I like David Gadea, if we're going to get 3 or 40 million pounds for him, buy. He's not Schmeichel. He's not Van der Sar. He's a good goalkeeper. He has the potential to be one of the great ones ever, but he's not the same category of those guys that played with us. He might be just a little bit of Barthez. I mean, we need to be. He is great on certain type of shots at him, where he looks like he's very athletic and he makes that type of save, but he also leaves some of those that he can actually stop. If he wants to go to Madrid, go to fucking hell. I don't care. Valdez is good enough, and we'll find someone else in the Premiership if we need to. There are great other players that could do the type of job that we need him to do. He did save us a couple times this year. He's worth 9 or 10 points this year. But at the same time, we had so many different problems that our defense also gave up 10 points that we would have against Leicester and stuff like that. So, yes, he saved us, but at the same time, he didn't. So anyway, let me go on with my team before I go a little crazy on David De Gea, because he's still going to start. So he's in goal for me. Even though Valencia got yelled at for what he did against Everton, it wasn't his fault that we lost that game. And if you're still going to play him at right back, people on here and on Full Times Devils or Red Cafe just get mad at him because he doesn't go across people. He doesn't take them on. It pisses me off sometimes, but people forget he's a defender. He's not a winger anymore. So he can't go in all the time in and try to get past people, because if he loses them and they get the ball from him, then they have that big open area behind him. So he has to think about that. Now, he was doing it before that, so, but he's going to play. So it's going to be Valencia, and Smalling will be there. The question is who's going to be with Smalling. I think McNair found out a little bit against Everton. I think that maybe we're going to put Rojo there, and maybe I'm going to say Rojo. That's going to be my team. And at left back is the hard question. Should Shaw still be able to play, or can Blinn be there? I'm going to say that Carrick is going to be available, so I'm going to put Blinn back there. Even though I think that that's probably harsh on. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to put Shaw there, and Blinn can sit in the fucking bench. So he got found out against Everton. It's not his fault, because we don't know exactly where we're going to play him. I think we know now that he probably shouldn't be in the midfield, so maybe he should be. If when he's in there's a back three with him up front of it, that might be something. Or if he's going to be at the bottom of the diamond, he could play there. But I'm going to say that if Carrick is available, to be Shaw and left back, and then Carrick and Herrera, and then Mata, Fellaini. I think he'll get his act together. And I'm going to say that after a couple games now that Young has been more average for himself, so I'm going to put Di Maria there. And depending on Rooney, I don't think we should play him. If Liverpool would have won against Hull, I think that possibly the gaffer would start Rooney. But after RVP got 2 goals in the 21s last night, I think he should play. So it'll be basically the same type of formation, but RVP is going to be at the top of the line. And then Di Maria and Mato, along with Herrera, will try to, and Carrick being a defensive mid, should be the team enough that will give us a couple goals and get us the win against West Brom. Now, as I said, the Baggies have played well, but we've been very well at home other than losing to Swansea. I think that we should easily win the game, but this is Manchester United. I think the fact that Liverpool did lose, some of that weight will be off of us, and I think we'll go out there and play open type of game. And if we score early, I think it'll be 3-0 or 3-0. If not, it'll be something like 2-0. So I'm going to stay 3-0, 3-0, and hopefully RVP and Di Maria will score. And at the end, maybe they'll bring in Falcao, and maybe Falcao will get a goal before he actually leaves the team at the end of the year, because he's not going to be here. There's no reason for us to pay that much. As much as I want him to play, sorry, he hasn't played. He has not played well this year at all, and I don't see him being a great player in the Premiership. Maybe if he leaves to a different league, he might be again. And this was a very long preview, but oh well. I'll probably be out of town, so my review of the game might be late, or I just might say it right next to the beach and just say my thoughts on it, or I'll wait till I come home Saturday or Sunday evening, and I'll give you my review. Thank you for watching, and let's win on Saturday and start basically booking our place in the Champions League next year. And before I leave, wasn't it great to see some Germans fucking up when it comes to penalty kicks yesterday? Two Bayern Munich players, one the captain, Lam, fell or slipped. So they were talking there on the telecast. They were talking about when Beckham did that one time for England, but I was thinking of one team or one guy that did that, Mr. John Terry, who will end up winning the EPL this year. But anyway, that's all I have, and I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you either late Saturday or Sunday. You guys have a good day.